Good afternoon. It is Friday, March 24th, 2023. The Philippian church shared financially with the Apostle Paul's ministry. He recognizes their sacrificial giving as their concern for him, and he is appreciative of it. He recognized they wanted to meet his financial needs for the physical necessities of life, for food, clothing, and shelter. And in today's passage, he responds to their gift. In Philippians chapter 4, verses 10 to 14, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, second edition, he says, "How I praise the Lord that you're concerned about me again. I know you've always been concerned for me, but you didn't have the chance to help me. Not that I was ever in need, for I've learned how to be content with whatever I have. I know how to live on almost nothing or with everything. I've learned the secret of living in every situation, whether it's with a full stomach or empty, with plenty or little. For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. Even so, you've done well to share with me in my present difficulty." For some reason earlier they had not been able to share with him, but now they're helping and he has received the gift from them. And he tells them, don't worry about it. I was not in need. Even though he may have been hungry, he may have been beaten, he may have been in trouble, he did not consider himself to be in need. If you have to make an appeal for financial help based upon needs, and you have different needs every time, and you keep telling your donors, I need this, you've never read this passage of Paul's. He says, I wasn't in need. Because why? I have learned to be content with whatever comes. Whether my stomach's full or my stomach's empty. He says, I've learned to be content. He's learned to trust God that whether he's full or his stomach's empty, that things are okay. Whether he's got plenty or little. Whether he's staying at the Ritz-Carlton or at the Motel 6. Whatever his occasion, he has learned to be content. He didn't start out that way. It was a learning process. And I don't think it was a very pain-free learning experience. I think it was the kind of learning experience that comes when things are difficult. He learned that whether times were good or times were bad, he could trust God for provision. Then he uses that verse, for I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. And I've heard a lot of people quote that verse and they use it as almost a good luck charm for God's going to see them through things. And they never read the couple of verses ahead of that where Paul says, I was hungry. I didn't have any food to eat. And I learned to be content. That's why I can do everything through Christ. Because I have learned to be content with whatever God provides. If you're going to quote that verse, go ahead and quote it, but make sure you understand the previous verses where Paul says, I've been content when I didn't have anything. And then he reminds the Philippian church, you have done well to share. It is good to share. So what about us? We need to share. We need to be about that business of learning to be content with what God has provided for us, whether it's a lot or a little. And that's a learning process that takes some time and involves some pain. May we be people who learn how to share, who learn how to give, who learn how to trust God. God bless you.